Hello, Steve here, Steve Richards. Today we are going to be talking about chemtrails and what is actually going on in the skies above on a nice high pressure day when there should be no clouds whatsoever. They're simply spraying stuff at us, and I'm going to get into detail later on what exactly they are spraying at us, why they are spraying at us, and what you can do to prevent yourself from being fully affected from these sprayings. So there are two different types of trails you will see in the sky. One natural, one unnatural. The contrails, which are natural, you will see that it will be following the plane basically the whole time. It will not expand. It's one constant rate, and it is simply the water from the engine turning into vapor form because of the high altitude and the low temperatures. You're going to mostly see contrails on commercial planes. The next picture right here, you're going to see that's a contrail, and the one below it, that's a chemtrail. Chemtrails mostly come from military planes, like Air Force, Coast Guard, and Army. Only some of the highest ranked people can do these missions. They may not know what they're doing, or they may full well know what they're doing. And as the screen says, chemtrails are not a conspiracy theory. They are facts. The government has come out and said they have been spraying us since the 70s. Now, when I first started looking into this, I did not think it was going to be as bad as I found out it was. I just thought that they were just, up there spraying stuff to maybe even just like help out the environment a little bit. But that's their claim. Their claim is that they're spraying and doing tests to try to help the environment, prevent global warming. But in my research, I have found that they are the cause of global warming. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves now. The chemtrails, the military planes, they referred to as tankers. Um, like I said, not only is it military planes, there are regular planes spraying too. Air Canada is one of them. I'll throw that picture up in a little bit. I just came across of it. I got some other interesting pictures that I'll throw it on the end of this because I don't know what to make of them, and I'll show you guys and you give me some feedback, but they make no sense. They are doing like high altitude, sort of low altitude. They're doing it all over. They're spraying everywhere. Like there's no like regular rate where they spray. Every time I look up, there's one on top of another. There's one going underneath one. It's insane. It's being ridiculous. I live in Springfield, Massachusetts, and honestly, I probably saw like 45 the other day in a 2 hour span. That's how ridiculous it's getting. It's insane. So, things that we're talking about again, the contrails. There are clouds formed when the water vapor condenses and freezes around the small particles that exits in the aircraft's exhaust. Some of that water vapor comes from the air around the plane and some added by the exhaust of the aircraft. The exhaust of the aircraft contains both gas, vapor, of course, and solid particles, cited on NASA.gov. The contrails are short, condensed trails. They will never, ever expand, and they're primarily water in the form of ice crystals expanding as you see water vapor, which is why the contrails dissipate relatively quick and there's no lingering chemtrail side effects. Yeah, those are contrails. Not on the screen. Those are all chemtrails. I'm just reading about chemtrails right now. I have no like real reason to show them because you already saw the one video or one picture already where it shows the whole horizon was lit up with a chemtrail, and there's just a little plane going away. That's a contrail, doing nothing bad. It's just water vapor. So now, as you can see, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a contrail. It dissipates. It's always going to be that size in the sky because the plane is behind the plane at all times, and it dissipates into thin air. Like, I don't know if you guys smoke e-cigarettes, but like if you take any size hit, it's just water vapor. You could fill a room with vapor, open or go downstairs, come back up, and it'll be gone in about 5 minutes. It's just vapor. It dissipates. That stuff isn't bad. It's the chemicals they spray at us that's very bad. I'm going to further dig into that right now. So listen up and get ready, because here we go. Okay, so geoengineering is the term for chemtrailing that they go by. That's the official name by the government. Geoengineering, which is basically their program is to try to like save and reverse global warming. I don't know how they claim they do that, but all it's doing, because they're changing the climate to help benefit them in their ways, but according to them, they're not finding any changes. So that's very false. We'll get into that in 1 second, but yes, that's the name for them. Military code is Indigo Skyfold. Then there's also a Project Indigo that I need to do some more research on. I heard it before. I think that's just the initial ramp up of all this this whole geoengineering system. That was the initial like oh, it's Project Indigo. That's what we're calling it. In the sky, they do specific routes. The straight lines are not by mistake. Sometimes they do a crisscross effect, looking like checkerboards. That's all on purpose. And from what I've seen, they don't really care what altitude they're at. I see a bunch below, a bunch above. Even if you're in a plane, they ask you to close your blind at some points, like during the day, just so you won't see them spraying. We must not get these confused with real clouds. We must not. You can see in this picture right here, those are all chemtrails. The more tighter ones are recent. The expanded ones are ones that have been sprayed for a little while ago. That's what happens to chemtrails. Now, as you can see in the picture below, possible a remote controlled aerosol spraying drone is what they are doing. I will have some pictures later that show regular commercial planes, but on the inside there's no passengers. There's a bunch of tanks full of some kind of substance, but we'll get into that later. But this image is pretty interesting. Now, clearly, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a contrail. That is clearly some kind of chemical-based substance, nano-sized aluminum and whatnot, being sprayed out of a giant jet engine that is probably full of tanks of nasty oil that looks like that just sprays out. That's all it does. That's the only purpose. Look at that. That is just disgraceful to us. You're breathing in aluminum, everyone, as we speak. There's stuff we can do to counteract that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Now we're going to talk about Mrs. Rosalind Peterson. Let's get ready for this. Now, for those of you who do not know who Rosalind Peterson is, she is the co-founder of the ADC, which is the Agriculture Defense Correlation. In 2011, she went in front of the UN and presented a bunch of issues with their geoengineering programs as affecting the agriculture and directly killing crops. And it is just insane what is going on out there. The climate change, and it is just killing crops. Agriculture is dying. Plants are not living at the rate that they should be. Now, when I say this, I mean that the chemicals they are spraying, according to Rosalind Peterson, she has found that it is blocking direct sunlight to these plants, and photosynthesis is not occurring. These tests have been going on since the 70s, ladies and gentlemen. So we can just now assume that most plants in these chemical tested areas are very weak and are at risk to die. Let's take California for example, and I will elaborate on that next. So, just since I like California so much as a state, I'm going to defend it right here. What the government and NASA has done to California is very, very, very fucked up and illegal. They have come out and said, I'm going to get these documents pretty soon, throw them up on the screen a little bit, they have come out and done most of their testing in California over the past 20-30 years, and now it's slowly starting to come into effect. As you can see on the screen right here, look at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is going to be even worse. The whole state is dried out. There's no more water. There's nothing there. It has just been sprayed with chemicals. No photosynthesis is occurring. The aluminum, the nano-sized aluminum that has been confirmed in all chemtrail, sampling, the aluminum, the barium, the strontium, all that good stuff, the sulfur, but mainly the aluminum, that's going to block all of the water at the roots, which is going to make the tree or any type of plant life rot from the inside out. As you can see, the barren lands of nothing here. I've got nothing but just sadness and remorse regarding the state of California and how it is all burnt down. Dead trees catch on fire very easily, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, this land would scorch up in an instant, which it has. I'm getting a little upset over this. This is because I take this to heart. This is messed up. They are telling you guys, they're telling me and us that it's our fault. We have to stop, limit transportation. Let's try not to drive as much. Let's burn gas. Gas does not burn off too much stuff that is bad, like gonna harm the environment that bad. It is your chemicals you are spraying in the air and blocking photosynthesis from occurring. So, that being said, the hazing, all those the high levels of haze in California are no surprise. That is just some of the after effects. And yes, they claim they have found no effects, and all their testing has been failed. How? The climate has changed significantly. Like I said, half the state has burnt down. The climate has just shifted over. Like sections in the Midwest, there's flooding, which should be very heavy rains, like, along the West Coast. And on the East Coast, I live in Massachusetts, and we are getting tornadoes nowadays. It makes no sense. And then California's burning down. It's thanks to these guys right here, NASA. This is your fault, buddy. This is all you. If you just tell us the truth, none of this would happen. We would be living in a clean, all blue sky environment. If you look in the distance on a very clear day, it doesn't stay blue. It just fades to haze. Disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm absolutely enraged with the government and NASA. This is not just a United States thing. This is a worldwide thing. But just because the U.S. government has come out and said they have targeted California more than any other state, I just had to go on a little 3.5-minute rant real quick. pretty much wraps up what I have to say about California. I feel bad for everyone who has lost their houses and lives there. I'm sorry. Like I said, we are not the only government doing these. Right here, this is a picture of Paris. Chemtrails ruining the sky. Also, they are doing testing in just high population areas. This is in London. Obviously, you can see on the page right there. They're doing them everywhere. High population areas, like really, like New York, L.A., Denver's getting a lot. Bob from Globebuster knows about that. He'll like that. Yeah, they're just everywhere. We gotta be aware of this. All right, so back on topic here. Back to Roseland Peterson. Like I said, she is the head of the ADC, the Agriculture Defense Correlation. I think I said that right. But yeah, basically, like I said, without the ability to photosynthesis, the plants cannot reproduce because they are not getting direct sunlight, and they haven't for the past 20 years or so due to chemtrails. Crops are not going to reproduce. The University of Illinois did a study and shown that if over the next 10 to 20 years we do not re-establish this balance of sunlight, all the crops are going to die out. So we pretty much just need to get these trails out of the sky so that our crops can grow, so we don't have no more GMOs than we already need. This is just insane. I don't know how much more evidence you guys want. They're spraying us. They're spraying everything. This is not good. Another way to prove that they are causing global warming is that the aluminum and the other metals that are in these are nano-sized in these chemtrails are reflecting more light back down the earth, which is going to cause it to heat up some more. And the hazy fog is trapping more moisture, which is making it more humid. It has been so much more humid over the past few summers than it has been. Like recently, it's been unbearable. That's why I hate summer now. I used to love it. Now I can't stand it because it's just stinky, sweaty, and just uncomfortable and miserable all the time. So in this presentation that Roseland did, she also claimed that it's affecting the drinking water, which makes sense because what goes up must come down. They are finding more aluminum, magnesium, manganese, calcium, and a couple other small items here and there in our drinking water. Aluminum does not do good things for us, ladies and gentlemen. It starts to like rot our brains a little bit, and well, I'll elaborate on the vaccinations later, but aluminum with some stuff that's in our vaccination causes very bad diseases. The diseases I will get back to later. This I found interesting. The Walt Disney thing. I never noticed how there's a chemtrail right over every Walt Disney film. You know, it goes whoosh right over the top. You can see it right there. Something that I found on the internet today I thought I'd throw in here. Just give a little side piece on it. Don't give it too much time. A little 25-30 second bit. But yeah, pretty interesting. Walt Disney. They're still tormenting us, even though they did that when we were kids through their videos. Alright, so for a portion of each of my little videos, I do like to go just little, I call it freebase, not doing drugs, but like, you know how rappers have freestyle, just like to go off just off of no notes. And something I thought of, it's quite possible that clouds and heavy moisture, like low pressure areas, affect the chemtrail emissions, because they're always evident on a nice high pressure day when there's no clouds in the sky, as you can see in the picture below or on the screen. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Well, it makes perfect sense to me why they do it on a cloud or on regular days if that's the case. But I bet they do like high altitude sprays on cloudy days that we can't see, so they're probably getting and their shit done one way or another. The bastards are just spraying us all day, telling us it's our fault. It sickens me. It really does. Like, I feel bad for anyone who has, like, fed into their lies, like I did for a while. And, like, I literally looked into chemtrails once or twice in the past, and then the past week or so, week and a half, I've watched 5 videos, and I I got it down. I got notes for days. Up next, we're going to talk about Dr. Russell Blaylock. He's a very good man. Subscribe to his page. Very, very smart. He'll save you. Now, when I say that he's going to save you, I mean it in the sense of all the aluminum that is being sprayed down at us is, like, since the 1970s, it's all nano size, so you can't, like, not breathe it in. It's through all the filtration systems. It gets in everywhere. We are breathing this in 24/7. And Dr. Russell Blaylock has discovered just a few items you can buy at the store that it's going to help counteract the aluminum, and just going to, I mean, not counteract it, just it stabilizes it, so it's not affecting you in a negative way. But Dr. Russell Blaylock, I gotta figure out where this interview is from. I'll just drop the link later. Someone had them on his show, and he just elaborated in a very, very positive way. So I took some notes, and this is what I got out of that. So let's check that out real quick. Air spray with chemicals, yep, at the low altitude, any altitude puts humans at risk of death. The aluminum buildup is so powerful, but nano size, so we can easily inhale it. All the studies have shown people in high chemtrail areas, such as California, have more aluminum buildup in their brain rather than people who don't. And you are going to see the next picture on the screen is going to show what a regular brain should look like, and what a brain after chemtrails looks like. So you can get that on the screen. There we go. That's what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the brain will start to die down after many, many years of exposure to the aluminum. Fortunately, this reaction happens a lot quicker in animals. We're not animals in that sense, and they just die. We just get tortured. I'd rather just die. Whatever. So, coming next on our screen are a couple of things also associated with aluminum. Big ones I pulled from there are cavities, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, autism, liver dysfunction. Yeah. I'm not too familiar with the other ones on there, but someone of more medical background can elaborate for me. The aluminum goes straight up the nose and into the brain because it's nano size. It can penetrate without any cuts, so it can be in your skin. It is in your skin at all times, and it's more toxic when it's nano size because you just can't stop it that way. The doctor says chemtrails cause a global warming effect. The aluminum gets built up in the atmosphere and just reflects the light coming back down at us, causing the surface of the earth to heat. Also, since aluminum and other particles are nano-sized, they travel through filtration systems like air conditioners and are present in homes 24/7, 365. We are constantly breathing in these metals and chemicals, which is not good. Sulfur, bromium, aluminum. I don't want to be breathing that in. And it has been found in the groundwater significantly. It is just bad. Lakes, groundwater, crops, it's all contaminated. So, real quick, I'm going to throw in a little excerpt from Dr. Blaylock. The video is called What Chemtrails Are Doing to Your Brain. Neurosurgeon, that's what Dr. Blaylock is. I got a little 2 minute, 15-second clip of basically everything I've said, just to make sure you guys know I'm using a credible source. It's a doctor. So, yeah, just listen in. Let me know what you think about what he says. It's all true, and the last 5 seconds of this is critical.
Will enter the brain and produce damage to the
Did you hear that? They are causing global warming. It is bad. They blame it on us. They give the burden to us, but they're the ones spraying us with fucking sulfur and aluminum. Yeah, so don't fall for their tricks. So, like I said before, aluminum is becoming more evident in lakes, trees, and crops and groundwater. This is going to continue to happen until we stop them. We can stop them. Rise up. Make your voice heard. Let them know we are not little puppets anymore. Government claims you do not know any side effects of chemtrails. Ladies and gentlemen, just look up. Look at this next picture. No side effects. The sun is being blocked by clouds. Photosynthesis is not occurring at the rate it should. It angers me just a little bit. No, I'm kidding. It angers me a lot. Even autism. The aluminum buildup in the brain mixed with mercury. That's what causes autism, and that's been happening a lot more lately. If you haven't noticed, a lot more kids are having autism for no reason, with no background of it. The aluminum can hyperactivate asthma, which I have. I'm pretty sure I already told the story in one of my first videos, but I got sprayed with a chemtrail one time, straight up. Thought I was gonna stop breathing. It was terrible. Terrible. Yeah, the air show was going on at Westover Air Base in Chicopee. The Blue Angels came down in formation, straight down from above, arrow down, and then at the last second did a curve up. When they did that, started spraying the ground level, all this nasty stuff. They're probably, I don't know, 50 feet, 100 feet from the ground. They were right there, just spraying this yellow shit. Got in my car. It was bad. I just thought I couldn't breathe for a minute. It was terrible. Also, nano-sized aluminum found more and more in the bloodstream of people with heart problems. Yeah, I fucking wonder why. Like I said, what comes up must go down. You guys have to realize that. Come on. Alright, so where are we here? Like I said, we are breathing these in 24/7, 365 all day. All day. It's just terrible out here. And these are facts, not theories, facts. They have come out and said, yes, we are spraying the skies, but they claim they have found there's been no effect of it. The climate has changed. People are becoming more dumb year after year after year. The generation below me, my God, I'm not the smartest one out there, but they are. They have no common sense. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to just take away all common sense and just make sure that they are the ones who have the sense, who control us in every single way. This is just terrible. Terrible. So like I said, there are a few things that are going to help you counteract the aluminum they're spraying at us. One is going to be omega-3s, aka fish oil. Also, multivitamins with high D and high B are going to help with that. The DHA is going to help your brain support, and the fish oil and the omega-3s are just going to help with the because your brain's inflamed by this aluminum. It's going to help. Just calm that down, cancel it out. The lutein, I'm not too sure what it does, and not too sure with the cranberry, but the B12 is also very good for your brain health. So just keep your brain healthy, take some fish oil, stabilize that aluminum, and you will be all set to live just a little bit longer than the rest of us. Alright, so real quick here. Thousands of trees found with very high amounts of aluminum, and for some reason people are afraid of and are concerned about the deforesting and all that crap. Don't be alarmed, people. You're not doing nothing wrong. You really can't do nothing to save the animals because they're just going to keep spraying these. So give up on that and find a different hobby to save. So astronomical increase of aluminum found all around the world. As I showed you the pictures of France, I think there's a picture of France right here, right now, actually. Pretty coincidental. I make these videos pretty much at random camera to photo ratio. So, chemtrails being sprayed from a separate tank behind the engine. and probably towards the back, as you can see. Don't get those confused with contrails. As you better see on the screen, that's not a contrail, that's a chemtrail. Chemtrail. Do not get fooled. Didn't fool me. So, pilots spray these at will, knowingly probably, or they have no idea what they're doing. They think they're doing the right thing because they've been indoctrinated by the wrong system. CIA claims that global warming is the biggest threat to our national security. No shit, because you guys are spraying chemicals at us, and I know about it. We should all know about it. We are not okay with that. So fuck you, CIA, and fuck you, NASA. Yeah, I don't know what you mean it's the biggest threat to national security. You guys are the ones doing it. Please stop what you are doing. You're killing yourselves. They're probably not even killing themselves. They probably have like an antidote or some crap, but I have no proof of that, so I'm not going to get into that. But you're killing us. You're killing animals. And you're killing fish. You're spraying these all over the ocean. There's been millions of fish just piled up on shores, along with birds. Like, come on. You're killing everyone, not just us. You're depopulating the whole world. This is just fucked up, if you ask me. Fucked up. Sorry if I'm getting angry. So, the chemtrails, they are clearly linked to the depopulation. Sadly, it's working. The eugenicists are basically the people who are trying to depopulate the world for their own profit, shit like that. Those are the ones behind this. As you just saw on the screen was the definition of a contrail, and this tells you basically what it does. Just do a little video in here at the end, do some narration over it real quick, show you what we're seeing here. So, those are contrails. All natural. All natural, baby. Look at that. You see that in the sky, no matter anything. And like I said, they normally occur over 30,000 feet with the temperature very, very low. Exactly. What you're seeing is perfectly normal. Yep. So, let's take a look at what chemtrails are. Hopefully I got it edited into here. Let's see. Okay, yep, now it's your turn to wake up. Yes, exactly, before it's too late. We cannot emphasize that enough. And look at that, those are not clouds. Those are chemtrails, baby. Throughout the sky. Boom, another one. Boom, another one. Boom, look at those. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 12 right there. Look at that. They're just spraying at us at will. They really don't care. So, from what I want you guys to take from this video is basically we need to wake up, and it doesn't even matter if this is a flat Earth or a globe Earth at this point. Just for this argument's sake, it is just fucked up. They are spraying us. They are depopulating us. They are spraying you with aluminum, ladies and gentlemen. Aluminum. You don't want your kids to be breathing in aluminum, now do you? No. Neither would I. It just upsets me that they're doing this and blaming it on us. This is terrible. Yeah, read that. It's a little interesting, I found out. But yeah, I got another video in here, so let's take a look at that. It should be switching over right now as we speak. There we go, yep. Chemtrails fully exposed. You can YouTube that. I just took a couple, about 2 minutes from there. Look at that. Clearly not coming out of an engine. Clearly engines. They are just a little bit more inwards. Those are coming out of nozzles on the wings to make the illusion of a contrail, but they stay a lot longer than contrails do. Look at, like I said before, this is everywhere. LA, Paris, freaking, what we got here, Texas. This is one of the first videos I watch. It's very good. Indiana, circles in the sky. Vancouver, Canada, doing this stuff in New York, Australia, New Zealand. They don't care. They're doing it everywhere. All over Europe, London. Already showed Paris. Like I said, from what I want you guys to take from this is, because I get into a lot of flat Earth debates on a day-to-day basis. This is not just for conspiracy people. Like the picture a little while ago said, chemtrails are not conspiracy. These are facts. The government has come out and said, we have been doing testing. So please look into this, and please tell everyone you know about this, because this doesn't regard just like you and me. This regards anyone who's a human who lives here. They're spraying us and controlling us and depopulating us and killing trees. Why do you think half the state of fucking California has burnt down? Burnt down. The trees are dead. One fire lit the whole state on fire. Like literally, half the state is gone. It is just terrible. So, this has been my chemtrail video. We're going to be doing a 9/11 video shortly. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Give me some feedback, and you can reach me through my email. So yes, I know I said I was done, but real quick, what in the world are these? I think these are pictures of commercial planes just filled with these instead of people. And this is what they're spraying at us, stuff in these tanks. This is so messed up. But like I said before, let me know what you think about this. My email is scuba2114@gmail.com. Please reach out to me. And like I said, we're going to be doing more videos. I'm down to live chat with anyone, debates, questions, anything. So, let's get this going. Wake people up. And everyone have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Poison, that toxin that hits you every day, every hour. And it's going on, there's a war against the planet Earth. It's going on up there. It's an aerosol. A toxic dump. There's a toxic fog. No, it's not a scary movie. It's scary. It scares the organization. Santa Cruz. Alert, response, emergency. It's a damn emergency. And get ready for Scare 2. It's coming. Oh, when you get copies, make copies. Give them away. I don't care what you do with them, except use them. See, a tool is useless unless you use it. A movie is a tool. It manufactures something in the mind that changes. There's a synapse happening, and the chemical, sulfur hexafluoride. It changes something in the synapse. I don't know exactly how it works in the brain, but they know. These are the Dr. Frankensteins of the world.
Strontium. Strontium is what they use in neuroscience.
Oh, there's strontium. Marshall says strontium.
Replaces calcium in your neurotransmitters so you're easier to manipulate.
Ed, you produced a very disturbing picture. You've disturbed me greatly. I mean, I watch these films at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm